This looks like I'm live. I don't have any viewers yet that I can see. It looks like I'm connecting to chat. I have 6 viewers. It says I'm still connecting to chat. Okay, so if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up, but I can't see the chat as yet. It says I'm connected, but it also says I'm connecting, so I'm not absolutely certain. Be really good to know that people can hear me and see me. Jay, hi, I can see you in the chat. Fantastic, excellent. All right, so tell me if the picture is good, if the sound is good. My numbers are jumping around. I went from 7 to 3, back up to 4. Hi, Tariq. Oh, you're going to love this, Tariq. I've got an extra special bonus that I didn't even know there's an extra exhibition on. So we're going to actually not spend too much time in the grunge part of it, because I think a lot of you have seen that before. We'll quickly go through the fashion part of it, and then the third element, I reckon everyone's going to have an absolute ball. I'm going to have to try and visually crop so I don't spoil the surprise as I walk through to the first 2 exhibitions. Okay, so once again, I can't see how long I've been going for. This is the limitation of both Facebook and YouTube, as far as I can see. Oh, yes, I can. There we go, there's a timer running. I've been running for 2 minutes, and I think I came on about 6 minutes early. LC, hello? Is that Lynn? Hi. All right, so this is very promising. This is the front forecourt of the Sydney Museum of Applied Arts and Science, which is commonly known as the Powerhouse. So we're looking out there towards the University of Technology, Sydney, and that weird thing that sitting out to the right of that is a heliostat attached to the building located immediately behind it. Great picture and sound. Oh, fantastic. Excellent. Thank you, Tariq. I'm so pleased. All right, we're going to wait a couple more minutes for a few more people to come on. And fingers crossed, everybody, because I've been hearing some terrible, terrible feedback from other people that some of the YouTube quality has been a bit ordinary. So I'm really hoping that this is going to go well. I'm using it through Streamlabs. So I've gone through Streamlabs, connected to YouTube rather than direct to YouTube, and hopefully that is going to solve all those blurriness issues that others have been experiencing. All right, we've been going for 3 minutes. We'll give it another minute or so. As I said, we're just in the front foyer here of the Powerhouse Museum, and there's nothing much to see here other than sort of foyer type. Was the Gucci exhibit here? Yes, Seth, that's right. Did you see the Gucci tour with me? That was fabulous. That's finished now, but that was a fabulous tour. I loved the Gucci exhibition. Very immersive, really creatively done. Former Heiko Voyager Erin. Hi Erin, welcome. Thanks for joining me today. All right, so let's turn the camera around. Can I do that? Let me see. Is that this button here? Okay, yes, look. I can even turn the camera around. Hi everybody. So let me just get that angle a bit better. Go down, I think. No? Oh yeah. All right. I always get that wrong. And welcome everybody. So today we're meeting in the Powerhouse Museum, which is in the suburb of Ultimo, just slightly to the west of the city of Sydney. It's only about a couple of kilometres from the west of the city of Sydney. And before we begin, as I always do, I'd just like to acknowledge that we're meeting today on the traditional lands of the Gadigal people and pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. And hi Lynn, welcome to you as well. Lovely to see you here. So let's turn this camera around and I'm going to start walking into the first exhibition, which is called UnPopular. So, Oh, that was going to spoil the surprise if I looked up that way. Believe me, it's going to be worth it. So in the foyer of the Powerhouse Museum, we have this amazing locomotive engine here, and up above it is the helicopter that Dick Smith circumnavigated the world in solo. So that's his little aircraft up there, and then there's another one of those. What do they call that? That sort of kite plane up there, hanging from the ceiling. So we're not going to. Oh no! I'm spoiling the surprise again. So yeah, stay away from that side for the moment. And then over here we enter UnPopular. And this exhibition is focused on music, the music scene of the 1990s. There's nothing actually to see on this screen other than just a really sort of atmospheric, unfocused crowd scene. We're actually going to move into the first exhibition hall just here. So who was a fan of 90s music? This is a collection of images and video from the 1990s music scenes. So I'm going to leave it to you guys to tell me who you see here. Hi Stephanie, lovely to see you. And at some points there will be sound, but not in this first hall here. Lots of fabulous black and white imagery from the 1990s music scene. I confess that during the 1990s I was having children. I was a mother. Hi V-Dub, thanks for the feedback. That's excellent. Good to know. I'm so happy. No, this is all black and white imagery, V-Dub. There's colour coming. Trust me. Here we go. Hi, Lindsay. So yes, I was busy being a mother during the 90s, so I definitely had very little exposure to the 1990s music scene. So you guys are probably more familiar with most of the imagery here than I was. Hi Dolores, another name I recognise, welcome. Alright, so as I said, we're going to move through this area fairly quickly. There's a little sound booth in here. Okay, so we're at a concert now, here we go. Thank you, Tariq. And that's the screen moving, not me. Any Nirvana fans here? I'm not sure what's worse right now, looking at this actually up on the screen or through the camera. But okay, that's finished, so let's move on. And over this side, look at this, singles. There were still singles in the 90s, were there? A whole lot of Nirvana singles. Cassette singles. I don't think I ever heard of cassette singles. There's an annoying light reflection happening here. I'm really happy that I can see more than one comment on the screen. So on Facebook, I can actually only see one comment at a time. This means I don't have to go scrolling back up looking for comments. And what's that? That looks like their playlist, I guess. I'm not sure what that says. It's hard to read. The Melvins were a dark stay in the giddy pop firmament of the Aberdeen 80s over the course of their frustrating 10-year career. I can't read that. All right. Looks like someone's little personal pick here. When I joined Columbia House in the early 90s, I had to choose between vinyl and cassette. Oh, tough choice, Jay. Whose guitar is this? Let's see, what does this say? I've got a heavy bag on my shoulder. Martin D18E guitar. This guitar is number 7, made by Martin. Kurt Cobain purchased the guitar from Voltage Guitars in Los Angeles. He modified it with a Bartolini 3AV pickup in the sound hole and had the nut and saddle modified. Does that mean anything to anybody? I have no idea what that all means. Oh, sorry, I've got a heavy bag. I just need to sort this out. I'm using a different bag today. So there's your Kurt Cobain guitar. Lindsay says, we're not worthy. Oh. Look at this. There's a good lineup side by side, isn't it? Look at that. Let's zoom in on that. This is signed. It says, love Kurt. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Steve, I can't tell you, what does it say? I can't tell you in words how much I appreciate you. Patience and consideration. Thanks a lot. Cool. Bowing down in front of the laptop. Oh, little did I know how many 90s grunge music fans I had. Look at this. And what do we have over here? Perth has feelings too. If Nirvana can reschedule their Eastern States shows, then they can do the same for us. Sign here, please. Tell your friends. If any protest is going to be effective, it'll have to be done soon. That's a petition to change the date? Reschedule a... Wow, that's interesting. I wonder what the go was there. Tina says this exhibit is a lot like the Nirvana and Seattle grunge scene exhibit at Mopop, is it, in Seattle? All right. I wonder if we can hear anything through here. All right. I'll put the headphone up to the speaker. Let's see if you can hear anything.
Where it was like we were basically just running away from success everywhere we went, and then eventually caught up with us by Christmas of 1991.
Give me a thumbs up if you can hear anything, because I can't. I'm actually just holding one side of the headphones up to the phone speaker.
It was really packed. Meaning, by the end of that trip.
Okay, let's give that a miss. Alrighty, next room. So this is a hall of just concert posters. Let's do a quick pan around and then we'll get up close to some of them. Oh really, Tina? I should have maybe let you listen for a little longer. Yeah, I don't know if this is touring. I know it's going to be on here till the end of this year. So it's here for quite a bit longer. All right, so who have we got here? Right in front of me, I've got Sonic Youth. And down below that, we've got Phoenician. Those great posters, aren't they? Over here we have Pavement. Hummingbirds. The Lemonheads. Who do we have here? Sonic Youth, I think, yep. And then over this side, what have we got? I know we can listen to some cassettes over here briefly. Look at these. Beastie Boys. Okay, now let's see. Let's see if I'm just going to put my bag down. I've got a bench. Right, we've got a choice here. We can. So I've got some more headphones. Let's put the Lemonheads on. How do you do it? Come on. Double tap? No? Alright, I don't know how to start this. Okay, it looks like it's thinking. Alright, so this isn't working for us. I might have to report that at reception. That's actually not working, so let's move on. Last time I was here I was able to play something, so what about this one? Okay, so what have we got? Let's try, I don't know. Let's try that one. Pick up the headphones. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh no. Sorry guys. Trying to wrangle the Yes, Lindsay, I remember that song well. It was a really good one. I really enjoyed that version. Alright, so this is a little bit awkward holding this like this, so we'll move on. Okay. Hi, Lethargy. And then in these cases here, we have little sort of postcard, maybe souvenir books from concerts as well. Green Day, Offspring. We have, I guess, their running order lists for their concerts. And then there's some like Polaroid photos down here too. right, let's move into the next hall. Oh, we've got to see this one first. Here we go. The big Nirvana poster. And Beastie Boys again. All right. Now, I don't want to spend too much time here because we've got 2 more exhibits to get through. Hopefully you guys can stick around with me a little longer.
I had no expectation for what Australia was in any way, shape, or form. I didn't know, like I'd never talked to anybody who was like, oh yeah, Australia is this. And so I didn't really know, I just didn't know what it was at all.
We had all grown up, we were huge fans of Australian music. I mean, obviously, you know, Radio Birdman and Saints, The Victims were huge for me. I'm still one of the greatest bands of all time, I think. And just, we were so interested in all this stuff that was going on in Australia. It just seemed like a real, this is something happening down in Australia that seemed worth investigating.
Horvitz and I became very adept at we'd get to the hotel, wake up at like midday, and we'd flip open the phone book at the time, because again,
Does anyone know who this is?
We'd find like where the record stores were in that town and where we could get coffee. But you'd always have to kind of, you'd really have to go search for it, and you'd have to go like on a whole mission. So we get to Australia, we stay at like the place, it's in King's Cross, it's not a great neighborhood, whatever, but right downstairs in the lobby, they have,
of course, Lindsay.
Yeah. Good coffee. We're like, wow, what's up with this place? Like right away, we can kind of like check one of our boxes without even leaving the hotel.
We were
Look at
able
that.
to just actually spend
What a photo.
like a week or more at a time in Sydney and in Melbourne, and just actually kind of get a sense of the place. Whereas touring anywhere else, you're just going from city to city to city, and maybe you have a day off someplace, but we were hanging out, and on the days that we weren't playing shows, we were going to see somebody else's show.
All right, I'm going to keep moving.
Super, super fun.
We were able to like sightsee and see these beautiful little cities, and then also we would play those club shows in between the big shows. So
These are just sort of, I don't know what you would call these, collages. And then we move into another room. Okay. There's a skateboard up there. Cute kitty, yeah. You want another look at it? Alrighty. So there's a couple of rooms of photographs. Again, I really need to move on because we're going to run out of time otherwise. You want to hug it. Foo Fighters.
Mike and I became friends, and he started visiting me in Olympia. And then he was like, hey, would you guys play the Summersalt Festival? We played $5 all ages shows. We'd never stayed in a nice hotel before.
There's some interesting stuff here, but we'll keep moving.
We just started staying in shitty like $12, $15 a night hotels, and we thought we were sellouts for that. So I was like, I have to ask my dad, you know, like, and I knew they were gonna say no. And Toby was like, we should do it. We should get out. We need to get out of town. Get really sick our band. I mean, we wouldn't have had 2 more years of this.
So what's up in the end room? I can hear music being played up here. A 10-hour live stream. All right, let's keep moving. I know on Facebook you can't do a vertical, change the orientation. Should we risk it? Should we risk trying it just on this one poster? Let's see how we go. Totally experimental, guys. I'm going to try doing a vertical shot. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, that seemed to work. And back again. 1, 2, 3. Live dangerously. Yeah, absolutely. Why not? All right, let's do a little very quick glimpse at the fashion exhibition, which is Carla Zampatti. She was a new arrival, a new Australian, we used to call them back in the day, when she arrived in Australia. She was born in 1938. She only died in 2021 after an operation after she had a fall down some stairs. So she started her fashion house in 1966 and has been an icon of Australian fashion ever since. Look at this view. Look at that for a postcard. Amazing. And some of the dresses in here have come from her own estate. Some have come from, there's one here that belongs to Princess Mary of Denmark. I'm not sure which one that is, but we'll just take a very quick look at some of the beautiful dresses and why she was an Australian fashion icon. And this is that image that I used for the tour up there on the wall. Here's her car, one of them. Look at that hat. Black and white stripe, this one here. Look here. So let's just casually meander through this room and out the other side. To be honest, I could never afford Carla Zampatti. her dresses were just that level above my budget, but they are beautiful. Everything from 60s fun to 80s power dressing and beautiful evening wear. Look at the back of this dress, I love that. Don't worry, Rose, absolutely fine. And then we've got the real glitter and glam that came in. I'm guessing this would have been the 90s perhaps. Let's see if I can see anything here. Oh no, this is actually more recent. This is 2019. So many sequins. The blue and yellow, where was that? Where was the blue and yellow? I've lost it. This one over here, maybe. Is this the one, Jay? Yeah, I love that too. Resort wear. Alrighty, so we've just done this really quickly. I would have spent a little more time here, but I want to get into that third exhibition. That's right. V-Dub, she passed away in 2021. She had a fall, and this just shows the credits. She had a fall, and I don't think she recovered from surgery. Oh, which red dress, Tariq? There were so many of them. Let's go back and have a look. I think there was the centre stand had about 4 red dresses. Here, look. And her daughter now is a federal politician. Her name is Allegra Spender, a businesswoman turned politician. Just very quickly, I'm going to show you this is a model of the Strasbourg clock, and it goes off at midday every day with moving animations. It's an astronomical clock, so it has all the planets, and that section in there has the planets, and then there's a scene down here that turns and moves when it goes off at midday. So Dolores, the designer, is Carla Zampatti. That's right, thanks V. And so that takes us to the third exhibition, which is, oops, we've got some children. I don't want to walk through the middle of the children. We'll go this way. We'll go this way. Back past the locomotive, I think. Have a glimpse through some windows as we go. There's a big hall down here that has lots and lots of things happening. So much more to this museum that we will not get a chance to see today. So this is a temporary exhibit that came about at the time of Pride, World Pride. Sydney hosted World Pride this year. So let's this is a bit of fun, guys. I probably should have showed that one because we won't be coming back up this way. This is a bit of fun. Lots of colour. Lots of colour. Lots of bling. Okay, so this says, I was actually going to go through the entranceway, but we'll do this. Mardi Gras gives me the opportunity as an individual to be creative. It's quite open in its ideas. So basically these are designers that are involved with Mardi Gras and with World Pride. And this is an artwork called Lobster Mornay. And I'm probably not supposed to touch it, but it feels like it's made of leather. Should we go vertical again? Or can we get this all in? I'm backing up against the steam train here. There we go. It does, doesn't it? Looks like one of those ones that are those little puppets that are joined together with joints that you can move the parts of. All right, so this isn't all fitting in the screen. It's quite lovely, isn't it? Let's back up a little. So we're going to go and see lots of glitter, lots of sequins, lots of sparkle, and lots of colour. And this one just feels a little bit wrong. Okay, look at those slippers. This one's called, it says it's a Mardi Gras costume. I like to use light reflective surfaces such as safety reflective plastic. All right, so here we go. So these are all homemade costumes for Mardi Gras. Look at this. That's sensational. Look at that headdress. Amazing. Backing up a little. So we're going to actually go into this room through an entrance over to my right. So we're going to get up closer to some of these ones that we're passing right now. Who do we have here? Okay. This says, we had a shared sense of theatrical kitsch aesthetics and pop culture appropriation. Brenton wanted to debut Betty in the sexually charged environment of sleazeball, so we had 72 hours to make her from scratch. The marionette-like method was inspired by the classic jointed wooden artist model. No, this is a temporary exhibit. I think it runs till the end of the year, but I'm not absolutely certain. This is what I was trying to hide from view earlier when I said I was doing some visual cropping. So this was on my right as I was walking. I've got the UnPopular grunge exhibition behind me right now. I'm standing with my back to the entrance for the... I was trying to let him finish his announcement. Okay, we'll go vertical on this, hey? There we go. I still can't get it all in. I've got it back right up. We'll go back again. 1, 2, 3. All right, so entering through this. It's an inflatable gateway. Here we go. Let's get the butterfly all in. Fabulous. And what have we got right above us? Let's go up. Okay. And who do we have here? My guess, my absolute guess is that this is Kylie. Does anyone want to give me any counter offers on who this might be, but I'm going with Kylie. What do you say?
So, a few friends of mine went to Tully, decided to make it a costume. Some people wonder why it's from strange places like walking through things. And my costumes,
Okay, we're going vertical again, guys. Now that I've mastered it, we're going to keep doing it. No, we'll use it sparingly. 1, 2, 3. Magnificent. Back again. What does it say over here? All right, it says, in the early days it was very risque to go out on the street dressed up in outrageous costumes, and Mardi Gras gave us the opportunity to do that. Having a crowd of people all dressed up gave us the courage, whereas we wouldn't have done it on our own. It doesn't actually say, but I'm still thinking it must be a Kylie costume. Looks like Kylie to me. Anyway, doesn't actually say. Way over the top. Absolutely, Dolores. So let's go in and see the rest of this. Everything is so fabulous. So we've got this bike here, and then in behind it they're playing a video which looks like it's someone actually riding the bike. Here we go, there's that person, right in the middle of the frame there. Oh, could be lethargy. Do you think it's Priscilla? I'm not absolutely certain. I've never been to Mardi Gras. I'm not one for going out to places with huge crowds anymore, to be honest. It just doesn't do it for me. I hate it. So I let other people tell me about Mardi Gras or watch it on TV nowadays. Okay, is anyone sensitive to language? Look away if you're sensitive to language, but if you've watched Paul's video about his struggles with Facebook, you've already been exposed to it. And this is all about the fight for marriage equality when we had the referendum. What was it, 3 years ago now? Jay. Let's not be scared of language. I try to tell people, let's not be scared of language. Look at the sparkle here. Oh, I've got something behind me. I think it's a seat. Okay, let's move back. Oh, thank you, Jay. Yeah. Freddie, of course. So this performer here. This is the costume he's wearing, actually displayed here on the left. Your wardrobe feels so inadequate right now. I've reached an age where I care less about my wardrobe. I care more about other things. Who's speaking? Can I find the screen?
And she just immediately summed everything up, and capital S saw everything. It's really lovely to get a nod that I think recognizes that.
Oh, here we go.
Do something quite different. And yes, we got to finish. Streaming has been word of mouth, just random people searching the magic of queer tags on Steam, and I don't really care if the person plays it.
All right, and over here, look at this. Look at this display here. Wow. It really feels like it's going to be hard to top any of this stuff, doesn't it? I mean, where do you go from here? How do you improve on this? Because that's like a Shiva figure, is it, over on the left? Is that what that is? All right, so there's some of the costumes that have been labelled. Priscilla Bonnet, Gay Rainbow Unicorn, Plumage of Paradise. There's a headpiece, there's Warrior of Love, Master Judge, so on and so on. Take a shot of that if you want to go back to it. And then we have some costumes over here as well. So I've noticed I've run up to 47 minutes, but of course some of that was pre-10:15 or pre-start time. So I think I'm doing okay for time at the moment. What is this? All right, we're going vertical on this one too, guys. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Is that a costume? That's spectacular. Do a couple of colour changes, then we'll go back. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And I'm just trying to read the comments. Laurie says, costumes from this year's Mardi Gras. I'm not sure, Laurie. Have I seen Machine Dazzle's outfits and hats? I don't know what that is. And V-Dub says, MD has done costumes for Justin, Vivian, Bond, but it's most known for doing Taylor and Max costumes. Again, I don't know some of these people. So this one here, here's a description of the display we just looked at. So it's become a real art. I mean, it's not just about costumes anymore. We're talking about art here. The production of some of these costumes. Okay, what do we have? What does it say? A bit more light on here would be helpful. La Pouf, look 1 and look 2, or look, no. Not 1 and 2. 7, 11, 15, 16. Okay. Let's I love the flare on these ones. Thanks, Laurie. Yeah, this is my first go. It seems to be going well. I'm pretty happy with the way it's going. People are giving me feedback that the quality is good, which is very encouraging after some of the comments and feedback I've seen regarding some other tours. So I'm not sure what this is because it doesn't seem to follow the same theme any longer. Really good question, VW. I think the jury's still out. I think I'll keep trying both. I'm a bit concerned about Paul and Bonnie's experiences of the last 24 hours. I can't stand back any further. My legs are against a rail, unfortunately. I wish I still had a figure to wear something like this, though. So this is a screen. This is a screen that's sitting alongside some costumes here. Look at these shoes. Oh my goodness, look at that. Bonnie couldn't create a tour. Oh, look at this. So maybe these costumes are on the rack here behind us. Maybe that's what this is. Let me see if I can find that dress. Ah, that's that one there. There we go. That's that dress there.
A lot of our work is informed by fabric because we work.
Oh, look at this. Oh, there's those shoes. Are they those shoes? Is that the same ones?
Practice. We don't generate textiles and we don't buy new textiles. We only work with textile fabric and we have some wonderful suppliers that work with that. So that's a limitation we accept and work with.
And then over here we have, what do we have? A couple more costumes. Yes, the dress looks better on a human, doesn't it, than on the rack. Okay, so this is about pronouns. All right, everyone. And there's some risque adornments. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I don't think I qualify. All right, everyone, so that's basically it. There's one last costume over here that we missed. I do like the way the light shines through onto the floor. Let's go vertical on this one. 1, 2, 3. Love that. Okay, back again. All right, so we're up to 54 minutes, which means I've gone about 5 minutes over because I think I came on about 5 minutes early. So let's head out towards the front door. Let's have one last look at the inflatable at the entrance, and then I'll sign off. Just trying to get kids out of the view. Thank you, Erin. That's so kind of you. I really appreciate that feedback. All right, everyone. So let me tell you about what I'm doing tomorrow. We'll just get outside and I'll tell you about what I'm doing tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to be driving. I'm going to be leaving at 7:30 in the morning, driving for about 3 hours. to get up to a place called, oh, it's windy out here. I'll get out of the wind. Driving to a place called Oberon. And the reason I'm going there, let's turn this camera around. Front camera, there we go. The reason I'm going there is that I'm taking you to Mayfield Gardens, which is a really well-known, privately owned, cool climate garden, and it's at its peak for autumn colour right now. So I'm heading up there. It's a big drive, but I've managed to convince my former colleague and friend who lives in Bathurst to put me up for the night, and she's agreed. So that's only about another half an hour further on, which means that I'm going to have another great big drive back on the way back on Saturday to come back home. So I really want you to come and join me for the Mayfield Gardens tour. So as I said, it's a 3-hour drive to get out there. There's going to be a 3-hour drive the next day to come back home again, and there will be an entry cost. So I really need you all to tell everybody to get as many people onto that tour as possible tomorrow. It's going to be on Facebook Live, and I really want as many people as possible to be there. I'm so glad this was successful. Thank you so much, because I was so worried. You know, people are talking about blurriness and failing to start and all sorts of hiccups, and we've had none of that, and I'm so happy it went well. So thank you everyone for joining me, and if you love the tour, I do appreciate any generosity that you're able to spare, and the links for that are all either in the banner for my YouTube channel or in the description. It wasn't blurry at all. Excellent. And Laurie says, I'll be there until Facebook boots me out. Lynn says, will we be able to watch on Facebook if we can't get to live? Yes, I'll leave it up as a recording, Lynn, which is what I've been doing with all of my tours on Facebook so far. I haven't made a call as yet as to what's best practice for me personally in terms of leaving it up forever, or leaving it up for 30 days, or taking it down. At this point in time, I'm leaving them up because I think it's fair. It booted me out of, oh, Laurie, it booted you out of my tour. No. Depends on the streaming app you use on YouTube. Yes, well, I used Streamlabs, and VW says would love to come back just for the Carla Zampatti exhibit if it's ever a possibility. I would definitely consider that, VW. So yeah, my plan at this point in time is it takes me about an hour on the train to get from Brooklyn to the city. So I'm kind of limiting it to once a week is my plan to come down to the city for the time being. And I need to plan my time. I need to get a little bit more organised. All right, everyone, thanks so much again for joining me, and let's have one last shot of the front of the Powerhouse Museum. A little bit of wind, but I think we'll be okay. So we've got a sort of this is a monument to bushfire basically over here, and then this is the front. So it's the Museum of Applied Art and Science. There we go. Thank you so much. I'm going to finish up now if I can find the end button. I don't know where the end button is. Where is that? Is that over here? Nope, that's not it. Watch me muddle around trying to find the end button. You're welcome, everybody. Thank you so much. And is it that one? Nope, it's not that one. Cancel that. Come on, there must be an end button around here somewhere. And that's not it. Gosh, I had to practice with this yesterday and now I can't find it. Nope, that's not it. Feel free to leave. Oh, there it is. Found it. Okay, we really found it this time. Bye, everybody. I just had to tap on the screen and stop appeared right in front of me. Bye, everybody.